hi.
I'm X.
And I'm Z.
We are two generations
Who are getting along and hanging out and being nice to each other. We're seeing episode 9, right?
It's in theaters today! Yes, you just dropped the microphone. Alright, but that was terrible. We'll do it again.
That was horrible.
You know, this is the year of the YouTube filmmaker.
Yeah, it really is.
This is like
Backrooms, like
Obsession.
Iron Lung.
What is it? Shelby Oaks was last year. This is indie animation getting its own theatrical release. Just basically telling theaters, we're popular, book us. And they're like, yeah, it's okay. And then getting...
No, really.
started out with something like 500 theaters, and then people were like, no, more. I'm excited. I'm also scared.
I did makeup, I did the jacks, and then I did some shapes.
Oh, all right. I wore primary colors. We'll check in when we get to the theater. Bye. Whew.
We watched
The Amazing Digital Circus,
Yeah.
the grand finale.
We did that a few days ago because we needed to recuperate.
We were going to do it right after, and we soon realized...
Yeah, we're gonna need some time. I'm so sorry that I dragged you through those other episodes without giving you much time.
You see how Jack looks right here?
Yeah.
That's kind of like me. And you've been watching this series...
Ever since episode 2, I think. And there was the scene with Gummy Goo, and I was like, damn it, I'm stuck in this now. I can't leave. Before we continue, we actually have a Patreon. We barely post on it, but we're hoping to make an impact on people. The characters are fleshing out more, and we really, really want to present this short film to you. So if you want to support us in any way, Patreon's the way to do it.
But back to the Amazing Digital Circus. Yes, there were people dressed up as delightful characters in a psychologically debilitating story. I'm sorry.
Pomni and Jax there. I'll let you put 2 and 2 together.
We've got a picture of them, maybe even some video.
Possibly.
We went to the theater. We were grateful that we had a theater close to us that was playing it.
Yes.
There is an exclusive Pomni popcorn bucket on the website.
Yeah, I saw it. It was ridiculous.
They get into it right away. This weird fish dude comes out.
He addressed the fact that there were spoilers, a lot of them. He was just like, if you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, well, you got about 30 minutes to catch up.
And so they do a quick recap of all 8 episodes.
Kane does.
You know, I'm seeing my life flash before my eyes, or at least the past few weeks. I couldn't imagine the impact that you were depriving yourself of by not watching all the episodes first. So after the recap, we get into episode 8. If you saw our last video, you know what that did to me.
That was fun, though.
Yeah. My mental breakdown is your pure entertainment.
The only reason it's funny is because it's relatable, because my goodness, did we all feel that way when it came out.
It just ends with those now famous words.
I think I accidentally killed Kane.
And everybody just goes...
They just start from there.
Right.
And I'm going to call out Jax because he immediately goes against Kinger for what he did. He said, are we just supposed to forgive him for this? And like the silent thing that everyone was saying was, we forgave you. And it's like, no, Jax, we do this for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, you're normally a jerk, but being a jerk about this is especially terrible.
Yeah, like you need to back off. We're a team here.
I mean, you have more of a vivid memory. I'm just like seeing a wash of colors and like feelings and stuff like that.
They also find out that they are not humans, that they are brain scans.
And that was a huge revelation, especially to me, because...
Wasn't as much to me. Kind of in-depth in the lore.
Well, you and your significant other just sat there going, well, yeah, of course. I mean, it said brain scan, so obviously. And I'm just sitting there going, oh, shut up. I thought like there were still people hooked up to this thing.
She said they're mind files.
I thought the people were actually trapped, like the actual people were trapped. I didn't have caffeine before I walked into it, and I was already traumatized from episode 8, which I get to watch again and experience the trauma again on a really big screen. So I'm sitting there already going, ah. And then the next episode starts, and I'm just going, what's going to happen? So I guess that's the full experience.
Welcome to the fandom. Anyways, they start fixing up the circus, and I guess because they've lived there long enough and Jax had time to ruminate, he abstracted, and this is where I'm gonna say I was a little upset. Jax's abstraction happened off screen. It does kind of make up for it when we get into his psychological stuff, but his abstraction happened off screen. Like, why can't... It would have been... There's so much... Anyway. Anyways.
I'm sensing frustration.
Yes. So Jax abstracts. We get a lovely scene with Pomni and Ragatha. I do love Ragatha, and I'm so glad that she got her moment where she was just open with Pomni.
Yeah.
Saying like, hey, I wasn't allowed to talk about Ribbit because Jax told me not to.
Yeah.
Pomni said, you were my first friend here. Yeah. And I think that meant so much to Ragatha. And that they were able to actually have a moment where they hugged for a prolonged period of time because that's okay between friends.
Yeah.
And they were just
it was really
sympathetic to each other.
It was really sweet. I think it taps into something that we're really missing from our culture, which is showing affection between friends that doesn't cross lines.
Yeah.
It's just supportive and beautiful. I gotta say, I actually cried during that. I'm a grown man in a theater with people dressed as clowns, and I'm crying because it meant that much. They needed each other, and in life we kind of get so guarded that we don't ever let it down and realize how much we really need each other. And at this point, Pomni was still trying to reach out to each one of them.
I could see it on her face just watching everyone walk away and going like, wait, we can't do that.
Right.
No, we have to stick together. We have to uphold each other. And at the end of it, it's just like they felt more assured because they had each other to look out for the other. Pomni is able to lure abstracted Jax down a hallway, shoot all of the lights so that way it's dark enough for him to calm down, and then go into his abstracted state. And that's when we get to the most intense part of this episode, at least to me, where we go into Jax's mind.
And it's the deep, dark places in him. We get to see Pomni enter into rooms where main characters that we've grown to love.
One of them is abstracted.
And his reaction to those things.
And what he thinks we might do, but absolutely none of it is based in reality. Pomni, at least this is my interpretation, I've only seen it once. The very first one, she took the place of Ragatha. She said the exact same thing that Ragatha said. She was just trying to look out for Jax. She gets to see all of these diluted versions of reality that by the time that she actually is able to negotiate through it, seeing part of the real Jax chained up, that she gets the key to go see the real him.
And that's where we're finally introduced to the frog character.
She gets to see from Jax's perspective what happened between him. It was clear that they were getting pretty close.
Something that I don't think my generation gets is that there was deep emotional connection being formed, but the person doing it is trapped in a silly outfit. They're a frog.
Yeah.
He's a rabbit. It's weird, okay? It's like if you were to see people cosplaying as giant animals and then all of a sudden having a real serious emotional moment, it's just, there's a disconnect that kind of breaks my brain a bit.
Well,
But I have to say, because of the voice acting and the animation and the emotional truth in it, that connection is very real. And we saw Jax share the deepest pain he's ever felt in his life with her that really bonded them together. But then he regretted being that vulnerable with someone, and he did one of the worst things he could do to that person and to himself, which was to cut her off, distance himself, and wall off. And it's awful because you and I have known people like that, where you know they need to change, not because you're trying to impose the change on them, but you're just wishing for the best for them and the healthiest of relationships with them. They're not choosing that. And it hurts you and it hurts them. And it's just sad.
There's a reason why I changed up my makeup a bit.
Yeah.
I really wanted a redemption arc for Jax.
Yeah.
And I don't think that his ending was completely terrible, but I didn't get to see him make that change.
Yeah, he didn't learn it and then yield to what might inevitably happen. He abstracted without coming to that point.
Mm-hmm. Another thing was that I wish that they had been able to slowly, over time, bring back the abstracted beings, the way that Pomni connected with Jax. I wish that she had pulled him out of it, that they would have slowly been able to pull more and more characters back. That way they wouldn't have to stay in their abstracted states, which is why, as I said before, I changed my makeup. I changed my favorite character.
Oh.
I didn't appreciate Pomni. This episode literally changed my mind on who's my favorite character.
That's a big
because
deal.
she always sacrifices without destroying herself, and she does it in a way that uplifts without being too pushy. She takes charge while also listening to people. She's a good example.
What's crazy about her character is that she started out as the audience representative.
Yeah, and then she completely changed.
I think all of us want to have restoration, reconciliation, redemption for the broken people that are in our lives. It's a bold storytelling choice that Gooseworks decided, no, he's going to abstract.
And he's going to stay that
And
way.
that's, I don't think it's a cheap choice or an unearned one. It's just a hard one to accept.
Anyone can change, not everyone will.
Yeah.
And that is a difficult truth, especially when you know those people, you have a heart for that person. You don't stop having a heart for that person, even when they don't change.
Yeah, it's a real tragedy because you deeply care about them, you see it happening, and you've done all you can, and ultimately it's their choice whether or not to change or to yield to someone else who will help them change. You know, because we did see the real Jax, the scared, conflicted, confused, in pain Jax. This series is dealing with such complex emotion. I haven't seen an ounce of this in most mainstream, well, anything. I have to applaud Gooseworks for making that work. After these big moments, Kane has his own existential crisis outside of the Matrix, I guess I'll call it, trying to figure things out, and he's actually doing a wonderful thing, which is self-reflecting.
Yeah, he even looked at his hand and he was like, was I that bad?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you were, but he went into a fetal position for a while, just turning around in the void, just processing all of this, and he just realized, I have to make things right.
And that was incredible to me because I know he's in AI and all the rest of this stuff, but think of yourself when you are confronted with something that you've done or something that people perceive that you've done. What is your first reaction? Is it to defend yourself and say, I did nothing wrong and know it's you?
That's
or
what most people's response is.
to look inward and say, is there any merit to that? Have I done that? Do I need to change? And the fact that he did that is honestly amazing because I really hated him.
He's learning, and the way that they showed that, I really loved the visual language that they used, where when he's on a cliff from the thing that he's trying to get to, the door, he puts down a blue cube, and then he stands on it, and then he puts another blue cube, and he stands on it. He tries to put another, but it falls. And every time that he puts a blue cube there, it falls. And then he used a red cylinder, and it stayed.
You gotta explain that to me.
When he was doing that, he was using the same method because it worked. And then when the blue cube stopped working, he used a different shape and a different color, and that one worked. And so he kept on using more shapes and colors, literally building a bridge.
Is it obvious enough yet?
So I love that, and the fact that there were walls in the way, and he broke through the walls, that he was just willing to do all of this stuff just to learn what he did wrong and how he can make it better. There's so much more he doesn't know, and he recognizes that. That depth, he realized he can't keep that contained.
So he returns to them, and they all freak out because he shows up.
Yeah.
He basically says, I care now.
And he said, I want to give the circus to you. And that was like, whoa, you made the circus.
Right.
That's humbling.
What's clever in all the social media posts and all that is that everybody's face was kind of hidden or out of focus. Unintentionally. Because we're all just like, oh, what do they look like? And then it's just like...
I like that Kinger was with his wife and they had a kid.
Yeah.
I was so happy about that. I'm like, Kinger needs a break, dude. He's been here the longest. Just give this man a break. I'm glad Jax was doing a little bit better.
Right.
Poor guy. I just feel bad for him now. I'm just like, oh, why couldn't he have changed? They just come to a resolve where they're just like, I'm just going to make the best of what we have right here, right now. Kane's a part of that. He gives them all these things to do. And one of the greatest parts was when Zubul was making drinks and just slid one to him. And he was like, you want to do something for me?
We cut to the credits and we're just all sitting there going, whoa, just processing everything that's happening there. And then lights come on up, and we see a bus stop.
And a few people are already there, but then more people come, and then you can see the way that they're standing. They don't even say a word, not even to each other.
No, you don't hear their voice.
And you just know exactly which character is which. Even Zubul had like a pink like sash or whatever on the side. Like, that was so cool.
When everybody saw them, they just went,
Yeah, like they could meet in real life.
It's like one of those old romantic movies where it's like a what if. These people had never met. What if they could meet again in a new way and start their love again? And you see them being in the same place as strangers, but you had just lived with them in a different life.
Yeah, and you just want for them.
Yes.
Like,
and that's real human empathy. That's compassion. It's part of why we're here, is that we're to care about others and affect people in a way that loves and cherishes them, because we're all made in the image of God. You are irreplaceable. There is no one like you. What you have to offer the world really matters. To have a series like this show that each person matters, forgiveness is so important, acceptance and understanding, these are all the things that we need.
This show provides a really good example of how to do that. I don't know. I'm really glad that you were able to come on the journey with us, because we've been looking at the comments and oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. I love you guys.
Thank you for the comments, and thank you for reaching out and giving us suggestions and encouraging us. It means the world to us. We're so honored to have been able to connect with you in some way, put something out there that's hopeful and inspiring.
We're trying to make our own stuff. You saw it in the beginning. We talked about our Patreon. I'm wanting to do something kind of similar where I have characters that like have bright colors and everything. If you want to help us to make those things, of course, the Patreon is still there.
And please like
and share and subscribe.
Well, that finishes up the amazing digital circus.
Yep.
It's time to enter the real world. I'm X.
And I'm Z.
See you.